Let me know when it's live. I think YouTube takes a little longer than Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Should be live on YouTube. Yes. Hello there. This is becoming my new move. My arm is probably cut off. We're gonna break the illusion if I stick my arm out that way. Hi. Welcome to the stream. We like our digs. We found these somewhere. We're definitely not a clothing company. I'm Jeremiah. This is.
I am Emily.
Yeah.
Yes, I am the production manager on the other side.
You don't have to introduce yourself. People know who you are.
Not really.
Not really? Okay.
I'm kind of locked away on the other side all the time.
I'm not locked over there. You did know, I was looking for something like 10 minutes ago, and Emily was like, oh, you mean this thing on the side of the building that she doesn't even really come on that often? I was like, yeah, that's the thing I was looking for on my side. Yes, so we're here. Hopefully, if you're part of our email list, you got an email with a link to things. We have 3 new things to talk about today, so quite a few things. I'm here to answer questions. I know a few people had some questions already, which whenever we have a ton of things, it is pretty, pretty regularly we have questions. So yeah, so we're here to talk about them, answer your questions, and I guess that's it.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, right. Are we on, did we change the background yet? Maybe we should you want to give people a little dose of the green screen magic?
Sure. Which one do you want to do?
Not the weather map. It's just I guess hide this. So this is not the real background. Magic. Yeah. So we released 3 items. We have the Star Warrior vest Mark 2, I believe. This
I think by Mark 3.
is it?
I think so.
Really? I think we went with Mark 2 on the website. Haley built out the whole website with a really nice landing page and a lot of cool info. So it looks really nice. We have the Exile shirt, which has actually been washed a couple of times, I think. David was like, the one that's used for the show, I think he said it had been washed 100 times or something like that before they used it. This one was only washed once, I think. So.
Yes. I don't think he had watched it more than once.
Yeah, I don't think he had the time to wash it 100 times, to his chagrin. And then we have another coat, which I will put on in a little bit, called the Inquisitor, which is almost almost as opposite from this as you could possibly get. So I think we are kind of thinking about these as a set with the vest and the shirt. I think a lot of people will want to buy them that way. They do go together color-wise. So this is one of the things we did want to say, though. You had told me at lunch about the fabric differences in the sample, and maybe it showed up in the photos.
I don't know if it would have.
The fabric on
it's supposed to be the same
version.
color. It's just the same material as on the inside.
Yeah.
The ones that you would be receiving if you ordered one.
So I don't know if you could tell from the photos, but there is a little bit of it. There's kind of a larger sort of grain pattern, I would call it. I don't really know.
Ribbing.
Yeah, the ribbing is a little more pronounced in the photos. So if you did zoom in and notice, I don't know if the resolution is high enough on the photos to be able to tell when they're online. It is a little different on this sample than what it will be the actual version. We just don't want you to get it and be like, oh, they look different online, because it doesn't really look different. It's more of a feel and you really have to get very, very close to it to tell the difference. So I guess I'll talk about the vest a little bit, and you can feel free to chime in. And these pockets are a wonder. I think a lot of people were. I don't really know how they work exactly. I mean, they're pockets. But...
You can get to them from both sides. Yeah.
Yeah. So the vest is reversible. We have Light Scholar on the inside is the color name, and then Light Night. So sort of espresso color on the outside, and then this almost like a cream or a taupe color on the inside.
Khaki?
Khaki, yes. Top, as Will would call it. So I actually showed, I think, one version before this vest was very very similar on the Scoundrel Shirt stream with Willow a couple of weeks ago. So if you watched that, I think I posted it in the Discord. It's very similar. But it has, so it is, can you see the bottom? I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
So it is pretty long. Got these interesting tails on the back of it here. It's cuts on the side, and the pockets are reversible. So regardless of which side you use it from, you can access the pockets. So
The same pocket, not even just pockets.
yes,
The same.
how does this work? I mean, I don't.
It's a little weird to sew together. I won't go into that technicality.
That's fine.
But there's like just this little like bucket thing that
Mhm.
goes in between, so you can get it from both sides.
Yeah, and it takes advantage of like the
So that kind of like
two
seals it
sides.
together.
Yeah, so it stays closed and it's really
Yeah.
like sort of nice and smooth looking. But I mean, these are pretty deep pockets. They go down to there, so they're not like. I think somebody asked online if they were like for show or something, and
Oh,
no,
no.
they're really not. Like, they're actual pockets. So yeah, it's a really interesting, and the color is very like I think the photos we have posted on the site. We have Mike who had jeans on. I have jeans on right now. But then Brian was wearing. We had him in some brown pants. They were actually maroon, but I color coded them to be brown. I kind of looked on the show and saw what color they were on there.
Yeah. Okay.
Similar to that. Yeah, so that was so I don't know, you may have a little bit more inspiration about or a little more info about David's inspiration. He gave me a little bit of info about what he was kind of thinking when he designed these things and the shirt specifically. Do you know any more? Heard anything more specific from him?
I'm pretty sure it has to do with like the Jedi like robes, kind of like our shorter scavenger vest we used to have.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know from design aspect, he modified this color of this to make sure that this shirt worked with this. So it is very much a set. He widened this because this was actually super close to the neck and wouldn't let the shirt actually like hang. So
Yeah.
he modified it just so you could wear them together.
So the collar, I don't know if you can really see, the collar in the back is actually like considerably shorter than the front. It's almost like a more standard collar, like one on the scoundrel shirt. But then the front is obviously much larger and kind of like cowl-like. Will you grab that scoundrel for me, please, Haley? Somebody had asked me online about the traveler, the same color as this. Yes, stop. Perfect, thank you. Somebody had asked me like what this vest would look like.
Put on screen.
What this vest would. This is definitely not a green screen. What this vest would look like with the scoundrel shirt, and like the colorway has the same name. The fabric is different between the two.
It is
of them.
the same fabric.
Okay, well.
We are using the wrong side of the fabric of the scoundrel to make the exile.
Oh. Yeah. So if
So
you
it's shiny on the inside.
if you have a scoundrel, yeah, and you look at the inside of the traveler colorway, that'll give you like a very close approximation of the sheen. And I mean, it's the same fabric. But yeah, I mean, this is what
It just looks more linen-y on the inside.
Yeah.
than it does on the outside.
it is definitely less. So I would say the scoundrel has more of a like shiny sort of sheen
Yeah.
to it. Yeah, and you can see that. I mean, this is what they look like together. Yeah, cool. Thank you. Do we have any questions about these before I swap into the other jacket?
Yes, we do. So someone asked, what's the difference in length from the Mark 1 and the Mark 2?
I don't know. There is a length difference.
So I mean, I'm 6 feet tall, and the front of this goes to my knees. I don't know if that helps or
This
if
is
it answers the
about
question.
the
or
same
not.
length as, I don't know if anyone remembers the Jim Bower. It's the same length though, but I don't think he made it any longer or shorter. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but it's been a very long time. So
So we'll go with not sure, or if nothing else, probably very similar. Probably not a huge change.
oh no, probably not. The only difference is this part here is sewn in separately. The rest was all one piece before.
Okay,
That's why the top stitching goes through both sides on right here.
gotcha. Okay.
And then someone asked, can you hold your lightsabers in those pockets?
You might be
There's
able
one in
to-
that box right there that David was using. The black one that the blade like fell off of it. Yeah, it's right there. I think they're a little bit big. Like they won't they won't conceal completely, but like yeah, they will fit in there.
It'll definitely go in enough where
Like they won't fall out.
and that's a long hill. Like most of them are only.
Yeah, I mean this is what like 18 inches, 16 inches long. This is decent sized, and it'll definitely. I mean you can definitely hold it in there without it moving around. Or if you had one that was a little bit shorter, it would be almost completely concealed inside. So Sit this down. We might use this later. For the other thing.
And then someone has one more question. How much longer is the shirt in the back?
Let me go ahead and take this off because I'm on the verge of changing. So it is almost the same. It is the same.
No, it's a little longer.
Is it a little longer in the back?
Only by a little bit.
So it did. We have a mirror over here. Yeah. So it did. He actually changed it. The first version was much.
It was
longer.
very long.
Yeah.
The first time. Yep.
So
And he's fixed it.
First time it was really long, but it's been shortened to a little bit longer than the front. You can see kind of a side profile there. If that helps, sir. Yeah. So David kind of explained the design to it of this kind of like meant to evoke almost like a.
It's unisex. But
Yeah. So the cut on the vest is like I think people had some questions about the Inquisitor, but also this vest. I think someone asked about like a women's version. And like, I don't think it's technically a women's version, but the way that it's cut is much more forgiving than a lot of the other.
it's
vests.
open, so it is anything that normally has a in-between size, like the even sizes, is a unisex size.
Yeah, so this is a 38 vest. Yes. And I don't know what size your tune and crop is.
This is a 39 women's, but it's actually kind of big, so I should have worn a 37. But
Yeah, that.
meh.
So it'll definitely fit, and like it looks really good. The way that it sort of is, like I don't know, it does a good job of being form-fitting if you have a little bit more curve, and then also like if you're like have a flat, I don't know how to say it, not like me. Like it fits well either way. So, okay, cool. Let me grab the other check. We have any other questions?
We have one more. Someone said, does the shirt shrink after washing?
Yes.
Very little though.
That's why we tell you to wash it when you get it.
Yeah. David bought one, and like I think he said there was a little bit of a difference, but it
It's
wasn't.
like a 2% shrinkage or something, but I don't know if Haley might be able to answer this. If you have a chart, if it's the pre-wash or the after wash.
So it is the after wash measurements.
Okay, that's good to know.
This is
So what is the after wash measurements? So
This is
go by the
like-
chart.
Somebody out there is probably angry. I'm wearing this with this shirt. I feel like this is not good.
Quick, cover it up.
Oh, wait. I'm dealing in absolutes, I think, with here, which I think is not a good thing. So this is a serious jacket. I mean, it's like, I don't know if you could tell online. It is heavy. Like, it's hot already. Can you talk a little bit about the construction of it? Because this thing is, like, it's kind of a monster, if I'm being completely honest.
It is made it's made out of the Solomon, to make sure. Same thing our Devil May Cry is made out of, which is thick if anyone has that one. It has a little bit of stretch to it, a little bit of give. The most detailed part of this jacket are the sleeves, as anyone can notice. It kind
Small
of gives
for
the
me.
whole Darth Vader look for the
And
sleeves.
the inside, the liner is the kind of like,
It's our normal Venetian stretch. Yeah. So and most of our things are made out of. It's a little extra. But yeah, this is not like
there's a
the
lot.
officers in Darth Vader has like a lot of strength.
There's a lot of
Not
contrast
fun.
in the top stitching it in. And this is the dark side colorway, so if you have anything else in that color, it's the same or
It's
very
the same. Black with red top.
And like a lot of our jackets, it does kind of fold, it goes over a little bit, and then you can either wear it sort of half zip, or this one's a little small for me, but you can go all the way up with it as well. And one of the kind of interesting things that David wanted to put on, this went through like 4 different design iterations, is this like front flap piece, which you can remove. And so somebody asked me about how this, like, how much it flares at the bottom. And honestly, this wears kind of like a short jacket, which is a weird thing to say because it's most decidedly not a short jacket. But because of this cutout in the front, am I on camera here? I don't know if yeah, okay. Before I go explaining things. Because of this cutout in the front, it gives so much room. This almost becomes like a tail that can move around separately. And then it's, split back here as well. So I would say that it's almost like this, my waist is here, my belt is here. So it's almost like this hits very similar to like what a hacker would or something like that. Like it feels like that down here. I will say that the top part is slim and tubular. So I would say,
39?
do it.
Do you normally wear it?
No, I'm 41. I'm 41 usually. This is a 39. So I would say, like, if you were looking for more room in the hips, it would work okay. If you were looking for more room in the bust or up top, it's probably not going to be super roomy at all up top. So this guy has got a lot of buttons on.
Mm-hmm. And as you're putting this on, I'll explain something.
Yes.
So this line here, turn to the side. This is made so that when this is removed, this continues up this way. So if you put this back on, this is the same line that's going all the way down the jacket. Purposeful.
Yeah, David's he both like
He
was
pointed
able
it
to
out, so I had to say.
he was able to design this relatively well. I don't want to say quickly, but like he spent a lot of time really kind of looking at this and making sure that it fit both like aesthetically with what he was going for, inspiration wise, and then also like that it had the little sort of features that a lot of our things have as well. A lot of our pieces have as well. So it's got the 2 exterior pockets. It's got double breast pockets as well, I believe. Just got buttoned up here.
I made it, and I still
One, yes,
can't
two.
remember. Okay.
It's got double breast pockets on the left side. Oh my god, it's so warm. It's very warm. David was wearing this. If y'all seen the photos, we were at this like old quarry, and it was really sunny. And David was wearing it, and he had to like take it off every few minutes, and it was like probably 65 degrees. He was like, "Wow, this is awfully warm." And it's got a hood. The hood is not removable. Yes. So I think David said like it's meant to have the hood, like at all times.
And I don't know if you can see it. See how this is like, it bunches right here? That will not be there in any of the ones that you buy. We fixed that, so that is not there.
Okay.
See how it has like that one weird seam?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
From the liner behind this piece, we made it now so it's one piece, so it doesn't have that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You learn things once you put one together.
It's got this really like nice shapely hood. If you guys have seen our hoods, they always fit really well, and they're like as form fitting as you could imagine a hood could possibly be. Again. So yeah, this is the.
String.
There's probably like this has been hanging up in the. There's probably strings and lint, and this has been used quite a bit since it was first produced.
We have a couple of questions. Someone asked, would you say is it more fall or a winter coat?
So I guess it goes by how you feel, because I'm always cold, so it's probably more of a fall jacket for me.
Yeah.
If you're normally warm, probably a winter jacket.
It depends on where you live too. So like I would say if you live, so I'm originally from down south, and certainly if you're if you're in the U.S. So apologies if you're not in the U.S. I mean, like if you're from, let's say, like Pennsylvania, Virginia, south, I would say it's probably like a winter or a fall winter. Like you probably would want it because it's that warm. Like it's pretty warm. If you're up north, you could probably get away with it in the fall because it is a little cooler up here. Like I would say I would probably start wearing something like this in like October, maybe November or around here.
Sounds about right.
But we're in New England in Western Mass, and it's like pretty cold here. So yeah, it's not like, I wouldn't say it's as heavy. To me, it's pretty warm. It's got a lot of layers in it. Something about or not a lot, but like
it's because there's a lot of thickness in the layers.
yeah, the layers are nice.
The more
and, like,
detailing on the jacket, it seems like the heavier it is.
yeah, and it's got these like pleats on it. I don't know if you can. I don't know if they really show up on camera, but like it's got these little like not really pleats, but I guess like joins here.
They are just strips
Yeah.
that we have to sew together.
So like I think that all it's a hefty coat. I mean it's not as heavy as like the Son of Sparta. To me it reminds me.
Very heavy jacket. Just,
Yeah.
This is a heavy jacket.
It gives me that same vibe though. Maybe not quite as heavy as that, but like
What,
in that.
Virgil?
Yeah. So maybe not super heavyweight, but it's got that kind of like sleek, almost denim feel to it. So certainly something like the Rook that is wool and like it doesn't really feel like that, but it does have like weight and heft to it. So it's a pretty warm, like sturdy jacket for sure.
And then someone asked, is it water repellent?
It is not. I mean, any of our jackets can be if you want to treat it, but
Yeah, I mean,
it's still made to be worn outdoors. If you get rain on it, it's not gonna ruin it at all.
it's a similar material to a lot of our other.
Yeah, our hacker's made of the same material. Some Sparta, Virgil, Nero.
Yeah.
We make so many jackets. The friendly neighborhood jacket's made out of it too.
Yeah.
I got one of those.
If you have any of these, it's in that realm of like, no, it's not. You're not gonna want to stand in the rain in it, but it's also not.
Yeah.
You know,
Because
it's
I can't remember if Solomon is water repellent. Do you remember? I know our Themis is, but it wasn't Solomon, right?
No, I don't think it.
So yeah.
definitely seems more water repellent than like a
Yeah, it
lighter.
seems like it beads a little bit.
Yeah, it's
more
not
than the
as
other ones, but
it's not nearly as much as I would expect, like a tea, like it's
like
something
this like absorbs
Yeah.
like the moment water gets it.
or like a normal linen shirt. I feel like would just soak up water. This is not. It's not gonna act like that. It's more like a denim jacket or something along those lines, where you're gonna have plenty of time to be out in the elements a little bit without having to worry about it becoming drenched or anything.
And then our last question on YouTube, someone asked, what other colors could you see this jacket being in?
This one in particular.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess.
I haven't heard David say anything specifically, and I don't know, like lore wise, if there are other colors
The
in
only
that.
thing like I can think of is obviously black is the deck side. That's what you go with. But there are officers that are dark gray and even white.
Okay.
So I wonder if I don't know about white, but we might do a dark gray maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it would depend on the popularity,
Because
obviously.
I don't think it would look good in the light side, to be honest. It's just a weird. With that detailing, I feel it would look really strange, but
Just break everything. Yeah, so I mean, as with anything, so I guess I can say a little bit about both the vest and the jacket are being released as Designer Workshop, and they're pre-order only or pre-order. So it's kind of like there's a limited time pre-order, I guess is what we're calling it. So there's a limited window on how many of them are going to be available. So if you're on the fence or you're really thinking about getting one, when's it end in middle of June? I think?
June 6th.
June 6th.
2 weeks.
So 2 weeks, yeah. The Exile shirt, we are making a standard run of them, I believe, so 42 of these. So the Exile shirt, there will be probably a little bit more availability. But with any of our designer workshops, like if it's something that's really popular and people really like it, we usually don't release something a second time without making some kind of variation or change to it.
right. The more detailed ones are normally the designer workshop, and then it's a simplified version normally when we come out as a contender if we do make it a contender. So I would say don't wait if you are thinking about it.
Yeah, and so like if there was a possibility of any kind of different colors or anything like that, that would certainly come once it became clear that like this is something that people are interested in.
We need people to buy it
Yeah.
in order to make it a contender.
Yeah, I will say we have a couple of things not to spoil anything, but we do have a few things coming out in a couple of months that have been around for a while that are also getting new colors as well, or colors that we haven't seen in a long time because like they're popular. We have them. David, we like to make changes and we like to make design different choices and stuff. So.
So we have one last question, and someone asked, why did you decide to release the Star Warrior collection?
Like as a collection,
Yeah, I think so.
I think
I
so.
know normally it's just one by one.
Yeah. One of the things that Willow actually talked about in a couple of marketing meetings ago is she used the term critical mass, which I thought was an interesting way to put it. And we were talking about collections, and there are some collections that, not to speak for Willow because she's not here, but to speak for Willow, there are some items that just work better as a collection. People may like one thing, but we don't have it, and so they're kind of put off. But once we kind of get enough items, I think Willow said somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 to 10 is usually a point where a collection starts to become big enough that people feel like there's a large variety and it really represents like a theme. And so we're kind of at that point for this collection where, something like the Devil May Cry jackets, there's only 3 of them, so we don't really call 3 a collection usually, even though they go together really well thematically. But if we release, let's say 3 more Devil May Cry inspired designs, that would become its own collection. So I think it's more about just like having design unity and being able to have like a nice landing page that Haley put together. We're thinking about, we're going to be doing some interesting stuff with Assassin's Creed in the next couple of months as well. Got some big announcements coming up. And so like all of that will become collections, collected together as a page as well. So it really helps to just keep the website clean and easy to navigate.
And it's easier to find, and as some know, some things you like in a collection, some things you don't. So there's something kind of for everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Questions?
Okay, not on Instagram? All right, awesome. Doing it on Discord, I think people had asked some questions on Discord. Sorry to put you on the spot.
It's okay. Someone asked, is the fit for the Exile shirt the same as the Scoundrels?
Yeah, so they are very similar. I sort of like hinted at it, but because of the collar design is a tiny bit different, the way that you put it on is a little bit different. It doesn't have that like really open flap, so I would say that like it feels a little different as you're putting it on, but once you get it on, it's exactly the same. Like it doesn't.
It's literally the same cut here. So
Same sizing.
yeah.
Yeah. Because of the collar, this feels a little different as you're wearing it. But yeah, like shoulders and everything is exactly the same. So.
Yeah, looks like everything. That's it. That's
Okay.
all the questions.
Awesome. Great. So I think that's it. So go online. Buy one if you want it.
Mm-hmm.
Buy all of them if you want them. Like I said, there are limited pre-orders until June the 6th. So if you want one, make sure you snag it while you can. And hopefully, if it's really popular and something that we want to make more of, we can make changes and we'll
Add colors and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh, we have to show the weather map now.
Oh, yeah.
So we have one last thing. I don't know why I'm super excited about this.
We just can't see it.
Is it up? Oh, spin the monitor around so we can see it a little bit. You just spin it all around. So as you can see, we are down here in Holyoke, and that's where you live. Or pretty close to where you live.
Pretty close.
So we are in this area here.
71 degrees. Okay.
That's probably about the temperature now. I think 74. So it's gone up 74. So it's gone up a couple of degrees. So as you can see, this beautiful sunny Western Mass today. It is. I feel kind of like it's almost like Price is Right a little bit. Or, this is hard. Although once you get oriented, it's not too bad.
How do they do this every day?
They do. You want to go back to the normal screen? I'm pretty proud of my. I just learned how to use a green screen like 2 days ago. And is that the one with the regular background?
Yeah.
So like I took a photo of the background with this guy in it. And I just green screened us in front of it. So now it kind of looks like we're on the fireplace back here. That's definitely not here. Yes, if you have any questions, please join our Discord, join the email list. We created a lead gen page that had a nice, really cool kind of countdown. We're going to be doing more of those in the future, I think. Yeah, feel free to ask any more questions, and buy a jacket if you want. We're best.